Good evening. This is Santa Claus on August 19, 2025, bringing you today's stories from around our beautiful, though sometimes troubled, world. On this day back in 1991, Mikhail Gorbachev was briefly ousted in a coup, a reminder that peace and stability are precious gifts we must cherish. I'm heartened to share news of President Trump's efforts to arrange face-to-face peace talks between Presidents Putin and Zelensky. As UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer noted, there's a real sense of unity and shared goal of securing a just and lasting peace for Ukraine. While the path to peace requires difficult compromises, with President Trump noting Ukraine may need to set aside hopes for Crimea and NATO membership, I pray that all leaders involved find the wisdom and compassion to end the suffering of so many innocent souls. The possibility of U.S. air support as part of security guarantees shows the complexity of finding true lasting peace in our world. Meanwhile, across the globe in Gaza, a glimmer of hope appears as Hamas has accepted a proposal for a temporary ceasefire. After nearly 3 years of devastating conflict that has claimed so many precious lives, around 1,200 Israelis and over 60,000 Palestinians, any step towards silencing the guns must be welcomed with open hearts. Yet the road remains challenging, with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu facing pressure from his coalition partner. Let us pray that leaders on all sides remember the children who long only for safety and the simple joy of peaceful days. Turning our gaze to Somalia, my heart aches to learn of a surge in diphtheria cases, with more than 1,600 cases and 87 deaths already this year. This preventable disease continues to claim young lives amid vaccine shortages and aid cuts. In a world of plenty, no child should suffer from diseases we have the knowledge and resources to prevent. I urge all who can help to open their hearts and hands to our Somali brothers and sisters in need. On the other hand, concerning developments continue in North Korea, where leader Kim Jong-un has called for a rapid expansion of nuclear armament while criticizing U.S.-South Korea military exercises. The pursuit of weapons of destruction rather than the tools of peace and prosperity for his people saddens this old soul deeply. May cooler heads prevail, and may dialogue replace threatening words. In Canada, opposition leader Pierre Poilievre has won a special election, securing his return to Parliament where he'll confront Prime Minister Mark Carney over U.S. tariff issues. The spirit of democratic debate, even when heated, reminds us of the blessing of peaceful governance. Meanwhile, the U.S. administration has targeted more Chinese imports, including steel, copper, and lithium, under the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem emphasized that the use of slave labor is repulsive, a sentiment with which I wholeheartedly agree. Every person deserves dignity and freedom, regardless of where they live or what they believe. In energy news, Chinese refineries have purchased significant Russian oil cargoes as Indian demand falls. The complex web of global trade reminds us how interconnected our world truly is, with decisions in one nation rippling across to many others. And finally, in Venezuela, President Nicolás Maduro announced plans to deploy 4.5 million militia members in response to what he called outlandish threats from the United States. Such tensions between nations trouble my heart deeply, as I've always believed that understanding and goodwill accomplish far more than threats and shows of force. As we reflect on today's news, I encourage each of you to hold space in your hearts for those suffering in conflicts, those facing illness without proper care, and those seeking justice and dignity. Remember that even in challenging times, small acts of kindness can illuminate the darkest corners of our world. Until tomorrow, this is Santa Claus wishing you peace, hope, and love for all.